You're telling yourself stories because you tried and you didn't succeed, and now you're holding yourself hostage with all the lies about who you became in the process that led to that failure. And that's blocking your magic. So let's talk about it. Hey friends, welcome back to Bryton My Life, where we are turning our messes into messages. Today is day 4 in our Freedom from Failure series. And today we are going into a topic that makes a lot of people really uncomfortable. We're going to be talking about forgiving ourselves, because you can't move forward while dragging around guilt for what didn't work. You can't rise while you're still punishing yourself for failing. I get it. Self-forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, but it's also where all of the healing can begin and where starting over can begin. So why do we struggle so much to forgive ourselves? When things fall apart, relationships, a career, a dream, we don't just feel disappointed. We feel blame. A lot of times we'll turn that blame inwardly and start pointing it at ourselves. I should have known better. I messed this all up. It's all my fault. We start replaying the scenarios all over again in our head. Every decision, every red flag that we missed, every time that we stayed too long or we gave too much. And that voice in our head, it doesn't let us off the hook very easily. But the truth is that you did the best that you could with what you knew at the time. You're not a failure. You were simply just being human. And holding yourself hostage now isn't going to undo the past. It's just going to delay your healing. Everything that I've shared with you so far this week, I share with you because they're lessons that I have had to learn the messy and hard way. There have been so many moments that I have carried guilt way longer than I should have, way past the moment. Guilt for how I've showed up in relationships, guilt for letting people hurt me, guilt for my kids having to watch me rebuild when I really wanted to give them more stability, and honestly, guilt for giving up on myself, for walking away from myself because I didn't believe that I could pull it off, because I was scared, for abandoning my own visions because someone else doubted it and I believed them. But here's what I've come to understand. Self-forgiveness isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about finally stepping out of the prison that you put yourself in that you're really not meant to live in. It's saying to yourself, I may have gotten it wrong, but I'm not going to keep punishing myself for trying. There's this really great quote by Brene Brown that really hit me the first time that I read it. And she says, shame corrodes every part of us that believes that we are capable of change. If you let shame be in the driver's seat, you'll convince yourself that you're stuck, even when you're totally ready to grow and move past it. So y'all, here's some real raw, messy in the middle stuff for you guys. And I'm going to be really authentic with you guys and share something that's a little bit embarrassing for me. It's something that I have been working on, but coming on here and sharing it publicly with the world is a whole nother story. So I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys, so bear with me. For a long time, one of the things that I was most embarrassed about is my home. I live in a double wide that is from the 90s. It is not cute. It is not Instagrammable. Definitely not what people imagine when they think of a successful mom who started their life over again, or a successful businesswoman. So I tried my best to hide it. I avoided pictures. I didn't invite people over. I was really afraid of what people would say about me behind my back. But I started to realize that it was kind of crazy that I was acting that way, because actually this house is the thing that I'm most proud of in my life right now. It was the first big purchase that I made on my own as a single mom. It has no one else's name on it but mine. And that's a big deal to me because I got married so young. I never went to college. I had children right away. So being on my own and owning my own piece of property with my name only on it was a really big moment for me. It's super small. It's super crowded, especially with 5 kids in here. It's in the process of remodel, and it probably will be for the next 5 years because I'm cash flowing it and the cash is not flowing tremendously. But the day that I let go of the shame around it was the day that I realized how deeply I'd been judging myself for not meeting someone else's definition of success. And maybe you're doing that too. Maybe you're judging yourself too for what your life looks like from the outside. Here's another quote that really changed how I saw that moment. I am not what happened to me. I'm what I choose to become. And that's by Carl Jung. I'm not a woman who settled. I'm the woman who created a home from nothing, and I made it full of love. And I don't owe anybody perfection. You don't owe anybody a Pinterest-worthy life that meets popularity standards. You just owe yourself peace and happiness and authenticity. And you know what? This home is full of so many memories and so much happiness. So this striped 90s wallpaper surrounds us while we make the best memories. So what does forgiveness really sound like? It doesn't mean shrugging your shoulders and being like, well, it didn't really matter, like letting yourself off the hook. It means looking at yourself and saying, I did the best that I could. I didn't know back then what I know now. I'm allowed to grow. I'm allowed to move forward without shame. I'm not erasing what happened. I'm releasing the need to keep reliving it. So again, you don't owe anybody perfection. You don't have to carry the shame for the person that you used to be in a season that taught you something. We are all learning and growing. And sometimes the best way to learn is from being in the messy middle. You can forgive her, you can thank her, and then you can become someone new. So be someone today that your future self is going to look back and thank you for. If this message hit home for you, drop a heart emoji in the comment. And don't miss day 5, because we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics. And that's how to turn your failures into fuel. If you're ready to stop feeling stuck and start building something beautiful, then you'll want to be here. Bye, guys.